Hello everyone, Kaiser here, and today I'm back with a new video, which is me showing off a few customs that I've been working on and or finished, while also showing off a few things that I've gotten. Most of this stuff I ordered back in like late December through early January, and it took a while to get here obviously, but now I have it, and I thought it'd be fun to kind of show off what I've been working on, what I've gotten done, and a few things that I've gotten that I've got cooking up, since I don't want to leave you guys in the dark whenever I show off something. So with that, let's get into some of the things that I've gotten, starting with Lady Deadpool. Excuse me. And I only really got this figure because it was pretty cheap. It was around $9, I believe, so not bad. I am thinking about customizing her just a bit, probably making the red a darker shade, adding a few more pouches and weapons, you know, just for the hell of it. One weird thing I realized is that I have two female versions of Deadpool, and I don't have Deadpool himself. I find that weird, but yeah, pretty simple for Lady Deadpool. Next we have Star-Lord, and I remember getting this guy from someone on eBay. I'll be sure to link him in the description. And the funny thing is, I thought I was only going to be getting like this, what you see here. I thought I was just going to be getting the Star-Lord in the jacket with the guns, and that was it. But he actually included, let me put him back here, his other jacket slash trench coat and an alternate head, if you can see it. You can kind of see it, but yeah. Oh, and he also included the little satchel that he had, which I thought was pretty cool. So if I want, I can change out how I want Star-Lord to look, which fits well since I do like both of his outfits that he has in the movies. So yeah, next up is the Figma archetype he and she. I pulled them out incorrectly, but it's fine, you know who I'm talking about. I had gotten these two figures because obviously I'm going to make them into different characters, but the funny thing is that the female version, I didn't realize it, but the female version I got was actually a deluxe version, so it came with a bunch of stuff, like a lot, like different pairs of hands, like a lot more than usual. She came with like 5 different guns, a knife, a golf club, a selfie stick, all types of stuff, which if you follow my Instagram, you will know that I posted about. Had a lot of fun posing her. The Figma archetype, he didn't come with that stuff, but it's fine. But yeah, I was really surprised by how much stuff she came with. And I am going to be turning these into characters, so if you want to guess who these guys are going to be turned into, feel free to do that in the comments. Moving on with mascot characters now, because why not? We have Mario. And for the longest time, as far as I can remember, I always wanted to get the SH Figure Arts version of Mario, since it was a lot better than the world of Nintendo. That's just a fact. And it was pretty cheap, like being around $20 to $30, which isn't too bad. So I got one loose off eBay, and the guy did mention that there were a few problems with it, but it was fine since I was going to fix those up anyway. But one of the problems was the back piece, and if you have the SH Figure Arts Mario, you know that the back piece I'll ignore that. You know that the back piece is interchangeable, so you can have Naruto, you can have Mario with a normal bag or a back piece with a peg in order to stick into the stand. So that the figure didn't come with that, so I just took a piece of cardboard, colored it, and put it in the back so it can, you know, it serves its purpose. It's not great, but it's better than nothing. One of the things I modified about the figure was the legs. If you own the SH Figure Arts Mario, you'll know that the sculpting around the lower half of his body, pretty much the pants, are kind of weird, especially the legs, since they have like this overlapping part. So if you wanted to move the legs out, you would only get about like probably that far. So what I did was I literally took apart the figure, since for some reason the crotch piece is loose. So it made that easier. I took apart the figure and sanded down the legs, as you can see, to get rid of that overlapping piece. So now the legs can move out pretty far. Actually, it's nothing like getting Mario to do the splits, but it works, which is kind of surprising. Like, I thought that was going to be difficult, but it was actually pretty easy, and I'm surprised that SH Figure Arts themselves didn't do that. Another thing is that the figure also came with open palm hands, as you can see here. So I took my old World of Nintendo Mario, took the glove and drilled a hole into the glove so that the peg here can fit into it. So if I can get it in, it works pretty much the same, and it doesn't look off from the original, which I'm really happy about, since it gives Mario a few more alternate hands, since I don't think the original came with that. I do know that like in an expansion pack he came with different hands, but not the original figure. But yeah, really happy with how this Mario came out. I hope I can get the SH Figure Arts Luigi, but I'm not too sure, since apparently that figure's really expensive. But hopefully I can get a better Luigi than the World of Nintendo version. Next up is Jack-specific Sonic, and I remember a lot of people being pretty excited that this guy was going to come out, since, as you can see here, let me point this down a bit. You can see that this is one of the few Sonic action figures that actually scales pretty well with the SH Figure Arts or World of Nintendo Mario. So of course, a lot of people were going to buy it, and without any modifications, like right out the box, it's a pretty good figure. But I don't know why, but I have a thing where if there's a piece of articulation I think the figure should have, I'm going to try my best to add it in. And that's the case with the Jack-specific Sonic and most of the other Sonic characters in that line. It's the fact that they don't have any type of elbow articulation. Now granted, the arms are bent in a way where it doesn't look too off, and you can still get like action poses and stuff. But as Wake Angel explained, there are other characters from the same company, say Inkling Girl, who have skinny arms about the same like length and width as Sonic, and that figure still has an elbow articulation. So it was kind of weird that the Sonic figures didn't have that. So of course I decided to add them in, and pretty much what I did was cut off at a certain point from the original and added a elbow articulation there. And the parts I used were actually from the old Jazzwares Sonic figures, since they were about the same length and width, so I didn't think it would look too off. But when it came to this arm specifically, I had a lot of problems with it, because I had drilled at a certain angle and it made like too big of a hole, and then it ripped. It was just a lot that I had to go through in order to fix it. But I got there, and it works pretty well. As you can see, he has a elbow bend and it can swivel, so that's pretty good. He also retains the the wrist swivel. And another mod I did was to the legs, since I wanted to just get a bit more range, and I think I pulled it off pretty well. So yeah, that's all I really did for this figure. It's not a lot, and for some people it's probably not even necessary, but I'm really happy with how it came out, and I'm probably going to be doing this with the rest of the Jack-specific Sonic figures. Moving on to Midori. I think I remember saying I was going to update him again, and I think I said that, but yeah, what I did was I saw a guy on Instagram make a version of Midoriya's costume Gamma, and what he did was he added balloons, like the really skinny balloons, put them around the arms to give them that like seamless look, and I thought that was really cool, so I tried it myself. and it worked out pretty well. It does take a bit of effort to get them on without ripping, but when you do, it looks really good. He still contains all the articulation, and again, it honestly looks really good. So yeah, that was just that was the biggest thing that I did to Midoriya. But another thing I did was the paint. As you can see, if I back up a bit, I did repaint him like for the 4th time, and this time it's actually a lot better than my previous attempt, since it actually stays on there pretty well. It doesn't look all grimy and dirty except for the belt buckle, but I can repaint that. So yeah, not much to Midoriya, but it honestly looks a lot better now. I feel like there are still a few things I can clean up and fix, but this is still pretty good and probably the best attempt at Midoriya I've done so far. So put him back here. Oop. Moving on to Sakura. Now, if you watch my last video where I showed off the custom Sakura I did in like a little photo shoot, which was pretty fun, probably gonna do more of those. You can see that there are a few improvements, starting with her face. You can see that I made the eyes a bit better, I made the smile a bit better, and I also painted the hair a lighter shade of pink, while also adding in a bit of like a gloss pink, since I thought, why not? I thought that would look pretty nice, and it does. Compared to the original custom Sakura face I did, this one honestly looks a lot better. And for her outfits, it's pretty much the same, but like with Midoriya's sleeves, I used a red balloon and painted over it pretty much all the way around. I did have to cut it a bit so I can still get the articulation there, which I will also talk about. Then I used Testor's paint, which my mom had gotten for a project she was doing, and it stuck on there pretty well. It hasn't really flaked off. It looks pretty good. I did add a little bit of white thread for the zipper, I think that's supposed to be. Add a bit of red thread to her waist, which I thought would be a nice look, and it also helps the fact that the back isn't as gappy, depending on how far you bend her forward, but it doesn't look too bad. The skirt is pretty much repainted with a bit of thread, along with one on the back. I wrapped black electrical tape around the legs, or the shorts and the boots. So yeah, not a lot, but I think these improvements definitely helped, and I'm really happy with how she came out once again. Definitely, in my opinion, definitely looks a lot more like Sakura than my previous attempt. So let me get her standing if she can. Yay. Here is a character I'm working on. This is actually Steven from Steven Universe. If you remember, I had worked on Garnet I think it was about a year ago. I'm actually redoing her again, and hopefully you will see that very soon. But I also started working on Steven while doing that, and I think so far it looks pretty good. I'm not going to be showing off everything I've done, since I still want to keep a few of those things secret. But as you can see, my old Midoriya head for my old Midoriya custom is being used for Steven. I think it looks pretty good. The lower part of his shirt is cloth, and hopefully you will find out soon enough. I am going off of his Steven Universe Future look, since I honestly do like that look for him. But yeah, there's not a lot to talk about, but as of now, I'm liking how this is turning out. Hopefully, this will be done soon, at least the face. So yeah. And last but not least, we have Boruto. And I'm not sure if I ever told you guys this, but me and my brother wanted a Boruto figure for so long, but there was always something that would prevent us from getting one. I remember the first time we got it, the guy never shipped it, and we had to get our money back. The second time we had tried to order one, it was like sold out. Then like the third time, it was a complete mess. But finally, like a week ago, we had gotten ours, and for the most part, it's pretty good. And before you ask, yes, unfortunately, this is a bootleg, but as you guys know, for me, I'm not one to back down from a bootleg, throw it in the trash. I will do my best to improve it, and that's what I did with Boruto. Starting with the face. Now, the faces from this figure are actually pretty good. They look okay, pretty much like the original, but for the smiling face, like the neutral one, the eyes were slanted and misplaced, so I had to fix that. And honestly, I could do a bit better, but it's not bad. I think it's a massive improvement over what the bootleg looked like. And I also painted his hair a bit to make it a bit more vibrant. I did add like a few shades of a lighter yellow. I think it looks pretty good. For the body itself, since this is a bootleg, it's actually pretty easy to take apart, as I will show. So repainting the figure was definitely easy. I did repaint the inside of his jacket, which you can kind of see. I repainted it the color his jacket's supposed to be. I also did that for the sides of his arms. Yeah, I was planning on making him an actual like physical jacket, like a cloth one, so I can swap out the arms. Well, yeah, like I was thinking of making him like a cloth jacket so I can have the shirt look if I wanted to. Give him Naruto's old jacket, since I actually think that's a cool look. So hopefully that's something I can do. Another thing I did was I did actually shorten the figure a bit, since when it comes to some bootlegs, it will be like a bit taller depending on how they mold everything and how well the joints fit in. So for Boruto, I did shorten him a bit. I think it looks pretty good compared to like Midori. As you can see, he is a bit shorter, and I think that works out pretty well. But yeah, like I said, not a lot of changes, but I think they're enough to make him a lot better than any other bootleg out there. And the articulation, the arm came out. The articulation's pretty much the same. It's pretty good. So yeah, that is Boruto. I'm glad we finally got one. And hopefully I'll be able to make Mitsuki. Oh, almost forgot. That's another problem. The leg pops off a bit too easily, so I'll have to fix that. But it's not too bad. So, like I was saying, that was Boruto. Hopefully I'll be able to make Mitsuki and Sarada for the new Generation Team 7. And I also hope you guys enjoyed this video. I did want to get something out, kind of like showing off what I've been doing for the past few weeks, since, you know, like I like working on customs, and that does kind of get in the way of me making videos. But I think it's worth it for some of the stuff that I show you guys. I will have a new video out in hopefully the next few days. It's going to be about one of my favorite characters, and I do have a surprise for that. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for all the new stuff I'm working on, and I'll see you guys next time.